Hello everybody, today I'm sharing with you a fabric lace book I've put together. I actually made it last year, but I'm in the process of packing things away and storing things for a while. So I thought I would share this with you before it goes away so that I don't forget about it. It's quite a thick book, as you can see, and all the cover is made up of vintage laces, really pretty. Some are tea dyed, some aren't. There's another lovely little one on the spine there. The back has more laces running down here, cotton laces. This one's a really pretty one also. This is part of a doily on the back there, and underneath it has a very pale pink curtain over the fabric base that I made up, and I've made this according to my I'll have to check, because like I said, I made it last year, so as I go through it I will remember what I did. The cover here is made up of all vintage style laces, gathered laces all the way around this lovely metal frame that I've painted up. It has a slightly padded picture of a vintage lady in the center and some vintage rhinestones there, and they are vintage ones. You can kind of see them up close. There is a book base on the cover as well, which I have cut to size. I then covered it with one of Lily's lovely paper napkins, and then sprayed it with some Lindy's spray, and then went around underneath with some pretty little trim. And that one isn't vintage, and that goes all the way around, as you can see under there, I hope. There we go. And some beading down the bottom. I like to put just a little bit of beading in my books. I'll just see if I can find the Lindy spray I used is called Cosmopolitan Pink, and it is a starburst spray. So that is the front cover. And of course the bird can hear me recording, so he likes to make a lot of noise when I'm recording. I think he thinks I'm talking to him. So opening the front cover there, just fits in frame nicely, I can see. And I've made a pocket here. All the fabrics in this book were from the thrift store. All the laces are pretty much secondhand, apart from a couple like the one on the front cover I just showed you. And this one I think was from Lily's store as well. That's, I don't think, an old one, but I really like the pale pink colour of it. All the images came from Pinterest. I have some tatting around the edge there. I have an old doily there, it's part of an old doily here. More curtaining as the background there. Some old lace here. The actual frames are out of cardstock, and thick paper that I printed it, and I double layered it. They were just some old frame pictures, and I cut them out and used them as frames. And each of the pictures, it's just slightly padded, and then they're all hand stitched around the edge of the frame there. It's a bit hard to see, but there we go. It gives you some sort of an idea. You can see my messy little stitches in there, just to give it a bit of a different look. And we have some wedding applique on this page also. I will put a little card to whoever this goes to in this pocket here. So that's that page there, and I think that's about it. And then we have our middle page like that. And this grey fabric here with the beading was actually two shoulder pieces of a top that I took apart and put there. Part of the fabric is under this lace fabric here, so it coordinates the greys. I have some pretty pink what is that called? Oh dear, it's just left my brain. Pretty print braid around the edge there. I have curtaining on the pages there, and inside each pocket I've made a couple of tags. That's that one there, like that, and that's that one there. On the back it just has some ledger paper and it's finished off nicely. They can either be used as tags, or you could, you know, use them as wall hanging and maybe stagger them like that with the Vintage Lady on them. It says Loveliness, and that one says Serenity, with some button details. I covered it in this lovely pink and ivory paper and covered that in a soft tulle just to soften it a little bit, with vintage laces all over. So they go in those pockets there, like that. And then this lovely silk ribbon undoes, and I don't know if I'll get all this in shot. Okay, let's just move it over, and the inside opens up like that, and we have more beautiful Vintage Lady images, and we have doilies underneath. We have a mesh fabric over the top of our base. We have some pretty coloured laces here, and I think there's some more somewhere, maybe on the other side. I think Roseanne sent me that. Thank you, Roseanne, some time ago. More printed frames, as you can see, and I've stitched around the edges, and just some handmade flowers to decorate. And then we have this one here, and I have a pretty little butterfly applique, and then some flowers. This flower was new too. I got that from eBay. Some wedding applique and some more tatting, and this lovely vintage pink lace at the back. So that's that side. And then let's just move it over. And then we have the other side, like that. And once again, more vintage images, some wedding applique, another butterfly, so it sort of opens like that. Another butterfly applique, some more flowers and things. This lovely little lace down the side there. And forgive me if you, I think that one came off a top, because it's actually, I think it's actually that. It is, look. I think it came off a scarf or a top. See how wide that is? And it's really quite wide. I think it may have been a scarf. I can't quite remember, but it's that wide from here to here. So yes, that may have come off a scarf that I pulled apart. I have this sweet little bobble edging down here, and I'm quite sure that might have been from Louisa at some stage as well. It's really, really pretty. So you can kind of see the stitching more on that one. And there around the edge. That's right, okay. So that's it. Unfortunately, I can't open it all the way up, or you won't see it all. And of course that ties together again. I'm trying to work out how I made this book. I think I did it in my original design, this particular one. So, okay, and then our last double page is here. And on this one we have more images of the Vintage Ladies. And this was a little girl's, I think it was a dress from the thrift store, and I just cut all the ruffles off and layered it down like that. It's a strange kind of fabric, but I think it works well. We have some handmade lace here. We have this lovely little button or charm. It's like mother of pearl, some mother of pearl buttons. Lovely lace covering the base there, and then our last page is just a handmade flower with lots of tassels coming down to add a little bit of interest. Lots of layers in there just to add a bit of pink back into things, and some tatting around the edge and frame, and some layers, some more of that fabric from the dress under there covering up the base, and some doily pieces on the back there. And so that is this particular fabric lace book. Very pretty. It's been sitting around for a while now, so I thought I'd better share it before it gets packed away, and I hope you like it. Okay, thank you for joining me today, and take care everybody. Bye.